Right, welcome back. This is Radio R 99.2 FM, home of African music, and right here is Queen Victoria with the African Guides for Kids show. And right here, I have our ambassador, Mr. Tom AMOLO, all the way from. He's a Kenyan citizen. And for those who are interested to know our language, ambassador in Kiswahili we call it balozi. Now, thank you so much for welcoming us. And I feel so honored to be in this place. I'm actually kind of shaking. Can you feel that on my voice?
No, come man. Just come down. You're welcome to Kenya.
Thank you so much. Yeah. We are basically here in Berlin. We came to visit, or we have our guest, who is Mr. Tom AMOLO, like I said before. And now, since I'm in the Radio R and I'm in charge of a radio program, which is based, I tackle more with the children about new cultures, on how to get the children who are born here to know more about their cultures, or to know where they come from, to understand why their parents are having like this, or why they are thinking like this, whereby, in Germany, there are so many rules about, when it comes to raising up children. Yeah. Now, for the child or for a parent who'd like to bring their children back home, or, to do something, is there a possibility for them to have a dual citizenship? And if not, how is it planned, or how can we do it to make easier for a child who they are a younger generation and they would like to go back to their country, or to their homeland, because that's their homeland. How is it possible? How can you do it possible for them, or easier?
Well, first of all, thank you, Victoria.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for giving me the honor of talking to you and sharing through you to your very vast audience, the Kenyans in diaspora, and also those who are not Kenyans listening in, to understand better how to bring up their children in this very difficult and challenging environment. Having been alive for 6 decades, I can tell you that raising a child is one of the most important duties any man or woman can undertake. And that means bringing one into the world should not be a casual affair. It should be well thought through, and you should have the wherewithal to be able to undertake that responsibility. The second thing is that in a nation like Germany, in a country like Germany, with so many varied cultures, and a very strong dominant one called the German culture, one has to be able to balance one's nationality and one's heritage with the reality of a European heritage in a European culture. And sometimes these cultures conflict. Many times they're at odds with each other. Right. So the first thing any parent has to do, any man or woman raising a mixed race or an African child, is to assert the importance of Africanness.
Right.
What does it mean to be an African? So it's what I would call, you have to have an affirmative African narrative. Let me repeat, an affirmative African narrative. What does that mean? You're an African. Your comportment, vile unajibeba, comportment. Mavazi, vile unakaa, pride in who you are. Ukiwa wewe ni purple kama mimi, hawezi kupiga rangi zile, unatoa rangi, unakaa kama karatasi ya white. Nyele ikiwa kama rasta, unakaa nayo. Mami, nakucheki kana yako, uko fiti, we mrembo. Because other people look at us, and when you start aping them, you've diminished yourself.
Right.
Whenever you diminish yourself, your humanity disappears with you. And your children begin aping that dehumanization. Shauna.
Yeah.
And that is why you find our children start looking for dolls who are white. At least, I've got twins who are girls, 5 years old. All my dolls kwa nyumba, ni rangi yangu, hata purple kushinda hii. Na napenda ngware sana.
Yeah.
Isipokuwa sasa ukienda shule, am I allowed to speak in Kiswahili also?
Yeah, you are. Yes, please.
Sometimes when they go to school, they get these conflicting messages that the white dolls that their friends have are better dolls. So they come to me. And you have to have a narrative that's powerful,
right,
that insists that their color and the color of their dolls are as good, if not better, than the ones which it's being imposed on them. So that's what you call a narrative that affirms your Africanness. Secondly, relating to that is, if you know where you come from, you know where you're going. So some of us, unfortunately, we grew up mtaani or South B na nini. That is our background. So, but in there's some things which were very normal for all Africans. Respect for elders, yes, respect for father and a mother, and so on and so forth. Integrity, masomo, and so on. So, for example, like now, Mimi, I remember my daughter now is a lawyer, but I recall when she was anajaribu kuingia chuo, unaingia home, yuko kwa couch pale, amecheki WhatsApp yake, what's up dad? Ala, siku zetu buda akiingia home, umesimama ngware, umetoka kwa sitting room, umerudi kwako. Wasn't fear, no, but was respect.
Yes.
Now, why that is important is, if you learn these things early and you impart them onto your children, it ends up being something that enables you to live your life better. And you'll find all the children, all the people who are firm in their Africanness are very clear when they interact with others. And they end up also supporting their children and their friends better. When I was back in the foreign ministry, we agreed that Fridays would be Africa Dress Day. Unfortunately, hapo Ujerumani baridi imenichoma ngware. Leo nimevaa polo neck, naomba msamaha. Hii baridi unajua miaka pia zimefika. But the reason why you have to do that religiously, is ukitoa mavazi ya Kiafrika, hata kasi yenyu, unajua Afrika ni kote. Hii mavazi si ya Fransa, ni ya kila mtu. When you have an African dress, you show your Africanness. Unatembea with pride and people see you. So this Friday's African dress in the foreign ministry still exists. Hata hapa ipo. Unaona my colleague Rosa Soga amekuja amevaa kitenge yake. Shona. Na ni baridi lakini amejikaza nayo. So I'm bringing this up to emphasize the first point of call is that your children and that the support network they have has to affirm their Africanness. Juu chini. Mziki, nakumbuka when some of my kids live in the US, when they were young, they'd say, oh, dad is listening to his music. I insisted. Lingala ilikuwa na hapo ngware sana. Choki. Alafu sasa kama siko wanaeka hiyo marapi yao. But otherwise niko Lingala. Sasa zingine navuka hizo zetu za Kenya. Once in a while napiga za home nini. But after a while now, in their age, what, the 20s and 30s, periodically nikiwa nao without knowing wanaeka muziki ya nini. Lingala za zingine. Once or twice wanaeka zile za home. Swahili music. There's a young guy called, there's a musician in Kenya who's very popular. It's Tanzanian, I think. But he's got music all over.
Diamond. Now platinum,
jamaa anaita.
This is a diamond.
Nini huyo? Wanapenda muziki yake ngwa. So I'm surprised. I listen to it. Then out of Nigeria, out of South Africa, I really support that. Shona. Have I answered your question?
Yes. Now, back. The second question was about the dual citizenship.
Dual citizenship. Kenya has dual citizenship in the constitution.
Right.
So you can get it.
Okay.
The thing is, in Germany, they don't allow it.
Oh.
However, I've seen the origins of new legislation in this so-called traffic light government. Wanaanza kufungua. Because if you listen to the campaign of the SPD, they were saying that Germany is a multicultural society. And they want people to be as German as they are where they are come from. Rona, some come from Turkey, some come from France. So you can be a dual national of France and Germany. A dual national of Turkey. And so they say that way you bring more benefit to the German community or to Germany than if you're just say, when in Germany. So that opening, what we should do as members of the diaspora, what you should do is through your representatives, is to tell your representatives, we want dual citizenship. We want you to stop this law that says you can only be German. We want you to be able to put legislation that enables those of us who wish to be both German and something else to do so. It works. It works. So whereas this is ongoing, you should support your members of parliament if you know who they are. Okay? Na kama mjui, it's your job as diaspora people, mwende kwa watu wenyu, kuambia, this is who we are. And if you're organized, you're more effective. Mukienda wewe peke yako haitafanyika. If you go as a group, mko na radio station, sema, ni sisi, we have 5,000 or 100 people of Kenyan origin here. We are German citizens also. Ama tuna hizo makaratasi. But we'd like you to open this, and this is our written petition. Itafanyika. For Kenya, it's okay. It's in the constitution.
Okay.
In Kenya, it's in the constitution. If you get nationality of another place, you're also that nationality. My children, their mother is from South Africa. Okay? So they're both Kenyan and South African. My other children, they were born in the US. So you're both Kenyan and American. Shona. So wale mazulu wa Kenya ni Kenyan. Dual nationality. Hiyo ni joke, mami.
Wow, thank you so much. You're such a bubbly person. Wow. You know, before you were saying that somebody was coming and putting their head on. No, I understand. You're such a bubbly person. Very warm. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I encourage you, whenever you have any questions, please reach out directly or through your networks, and I'll be able to talk to you and confirm issues which are of interest to you.
Thank you so
But remember, the affirmative African narrative, and buy African dolls.
We will, definitely. And I believe some of you have. Thank you so much. That was so great. And remember to join us every Saturday again at African Guides for Kids show for more information. And I'm not going to repeat what he just said because, well,